Hello, and welcome back to the Gloves Off Gala's presentation of A Journey Across Maine and the History of Ice Sports in Bozeman. For those of you that this is your first time watching, I would like to say welcome, and for everyone else, welcome back. Last week we followed the path of Baja as we saw it begin and grow, moving from Bogert Park to the semi-outdoor Haynes Pavilion. Meanwhile, we saw other users enter the ice sports scene through the development of the Valley Ice Garden. We left off with those users losing their home as the Valley Ice Garden closed. This sad day in Bozeman led to the founding of the Gallatin Ice Foundation to support the future users of ice. And now the show continues with Chapter 2 of A Journey Across Maine. It did not take long after the Gallatin Ice Foundation was founded for them to start making changes. In 2007, just 1 year after their founding, GIF made its first big change to Haynes Pavilion. Haynes Pavilion became an indoor ice rink by putting up walls around all four sides. With the walls built, the rink was now able to stay open 2 more months out of the year. By enclosing Haynes Pavilion, the temperature inside the building was now able to be controlled earlier and later in the season, and the ice was able to stick around for 2 more months. This made a major difference for all of the user groups, as they were now able to use that ice to practice and play. By extending their season, the users have been able to use 24 more months of ice from that time to today. By 2011, GIF was working hard to bring more ice to the community. With these efforts came a new capital campaign known as Raise the Ice Barn. With the start of the capital campaign to raise the ice barn, the Gallatin Ice Foundation began their next major step towards year-round ice. GIF started looking to raise money to pay for a second sheet of ice and expanded paved parking for guests. This ice will become a huge opportunity of growth for all of its users, allowing for new and old users to get double the amount of ice time in a season. Just 3 years later, GIF had raised the money to pay for the raising of the ice barn, and they began the multi-phase project. The Raise the Ice Barn campaign was broken up into 3 phases. With the money raised, the first phase was underway. Here is a video from the users showing you the planned progression of these phases.
Our planned expansion will provide twice the room and year-round skating.
Will make Bozeman a hub for our sports, bringing business to town.
Thanks to help from all kinds of folks, we've raised the money for step 1 of the expansion.
Relocating the parking lot and constructing a brand new 37,000 square foot building.
Step 2 is to expand ice making capabilities to create a second sheet of ice.
Future steps will provide permanent seating, additional locker rooms, event spaces, and a bigger lobby. We're all different.
We love this place for lots of reasons.
But we have something in common.
I have ice in my veins.
I have ice in my veins.
I have ice in my veins.
I have ice
In my veins.
I have ice in my veins.
With Phase 1 underway, GIF, along with several companies and volunteers, worked together to come up with a design and plan for the future rink. Then they began construction by resurrecting the shell of the ice barn and the new parking lot. With the construction underway, excitement began to grow in Bozeman as users saw the opportunity for more ice quickly approaching. This excitement led to major growth within the user groups and the organizations. And this is where we will leave you this week. If you missed last week's episode, feel free to go watch in the previous posts. Thank you for joining us today for this chapter of A Journey Across Maine. Stay tuned next week for our next chapter as we continue to follow the history of ice sports in Bozeman. The Gallatin Ice Foundation is continuing to work hard to allow for further growth of the rinks. Although the current situations with COVID-19 may not allow for more ice sports this season, the Gloves Off Gala is still slated to continue. Please join us April 11th, 2020 for the virtual Gloves Off Gala. Come to the gala by following the links on the screen.